Welcome to World Code Updates, your daily dose of what's happening around the world. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. On the evening of September 18, 2025, Manila buzzed with its usual energy. Jeepneys weaving through traffic, neon lights flickering to life, and the city's heartbeat pulsing with anticipation for another ordinary night. But suddenly, every screen in the nation flickered to a halt, plunging living rooms and storefronts into a momentary hush. The news anchor appeared, her face grave and voice steady, as a bold banner blazed across the screen. US and Philippines finalize historic $26 trillion energy accord. In an instant, the country froze. Dinner tables fell silent, radios crackled with static, and millions held their breath, sensing that something monumental was unfolding. The anchor revealed a discovery beneath the West Philippine Sea, a colossal reserve of oil and natural gas, vast enough to alter the nation's destiny and rewrite its future. This wasn't just a headline, it was a promise of a future Filipinos had only dreamed of, one filled with opportunity, security, and hope. The news spread like wildfire. Text messages, phone calls, and social media posts ignited a wave of disbelief and hope, as people scrambled to share the story with friends and family. In Carinderias, on fishing boats, and in high-rise apartments, people realized this was personal. It meant better schools, improved healthcare, and more food on the table for every Filipino. The $26 trillion figure echoed everywhere, almost too big to believe, as if the nation had suddenly stumbled upon a treasure beyond imagination. Yet, the deal was real. The United States would partner with the Philippines to unlock this wealth, sending shockwaves across the globe, especially to Beijing, where leaders watched with growing concern. For a nation long battered by storms, poverty, and uncertainty, this was a seismic shift, an unexpected turning point after years of hardship. The shock gave way to pride. People poured into the streets not in protest but in spontaneous celebration, waving flags and singing national songs under the city lights. Strangers embraced, united by a sense of possibility, their faces alight with joy and wonder at what the future might hold. The air crackled with hope. The broadcast had ended, but its message was just beginning to take root in the hearts of millions. In that moment, the Philippines felt the first tremors of profound change, as if a new dawn was breaking over the archipelago. The nation's future, once uncertain and clouded by doubt, now shimmered with promise and possibility. Families clung to the hope that this discovery would finally lift generations out of struggle, offering a chance for a better life for their children and grandchildren. The world watched as a new chapter began for over 115 million Filipinos, their story now at the center of global attention. The story of the Philippines was about to be rewritten, its past struggles giving way to a future filled with hope and ambition. The Energy Accord was more than a deal, it was a turning point, a bold step into a new era of prosperity and partnership. The nation braced for what would come next, aware that great change brings both opportunity and challenge. The seed of transformation had been planted, and the Philippines stood ready to nurture it into a future brighter than ever before. $26 trillion, an almost unimaginable sum. A figure so vast it challenges our comprehension. But what does it mean for the Philippines and the world at large? Beneath the West Philippine Sea lies one of the world's largest oil and gas deposits. A treasure trove confirmed by both US and Filipino experts. This isn't a minor find, it's a supergiant field, valued at over 80 times the nation's annual GDP, a game-changer in every sense. The reserves, hundreds of billions of barrels of oil, quadrillions of cubic feet of gas, are staggering in their potential. The US brings cutting-edge technology and substantial capital, but the Philippines retains majority ownership, transforming from energy importer to global powerhouse. For decades, Filipinos paid high prices for imported fuel, a burden on the economy and households. Now, the script flips. The country will sell energy, not buy it, altering its economic landscape. This means a river of wealth to fund schools, hospitals, and infrastructure for generations, uplifting the nation. The technical challenge is huge, but the meaning is simple. A new economic era begins, filled with promise and potential. The partnership fast-tracks development, with production set to start soon, heralding a new dawn. Energy markets are in turmoil, and Southeast Asia's geopolitical map is redrawn, with the Philippines at the center. But for Filipinos, it's about security, stability, and a future built on their own resources, a dream realized. The discovery is the key to a new chapter, one of prosperity, self-reliance, and national pride. The nation stands on the threshold of transformation, ready to embrace its destiny. By sunrise, hope swept across the islands. Farmers in Nueva Ecija imagined affording better tools and sending kids to college. Fishermen in the Visayas saw a future with stable fuel prices and more secure livelihoods. In cities, young professionals buzzed about new jobs and industries. The hashtag #Pinoy Pride trended worldwide, uniting Filipinos everywhere. For a day, old worries faded, replaced by dreams of better schools, hospitals, and jobs at home. Parents told their children this could mean families staying together, no more forced migration. The discovery was more than economic news, it was a surge of national pride and hope. Across the archipelago, belief in a golden future took root. The nation dared to dream again. This discovery isn't just for economists. It's about real lives. For tricycle drivers, lower fuel costs mean more money for family needs. For families, cheaper electricity means more for food, education, and savings. Small businesses can grow, hire, and compete. The energy sector will create hundreds of thousands of jobs, keeping families together. With new wealth, the government can invest in healthcare, infrastructure, and social safety nets. Daily worries, rising prices, job insecurity, medical emergencies can finally ease. The true impact is a better quality of life and newfound security for every Filipino. The promise is not just prosperity, but dignity and hope. A new dawn is breaking for daily life in the Philippines. For decades, the Philippines depended on foreign energy, vulnerable to global shocks and price swings that could disrupt daily life and national progress. Every surge in global oil prices meant uncertainty for families and businesses across the country. Now, as a net exporter, the nation becomes a price setter, not a price taker. The Philippines is finally in control of its own energy destiny, shaping its future with confidence. Billions once spent on imports will flow in as earnings, strengthening the peso and making imports cheaper. This new revenue can be invested back into the country, fueling growth and opportunity. Energy independence means stability, security, and the power to chart the country's own course. It ensures reliable electricity for homes, businesses, and industries day and night. The Philippines gains new diplomatic strength, engaging the world as a strategic partner, not just a location. With energy to offer, the nation's voice carries further on the global stage. This is the fuel for national ambition: world-class infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Roads, schools, and hospitals rise, powered by the country's own resources. The country can finally invest in its people and its future, creating opportunities for every Filipino to thrive and succeed. Energy independence is more than economics. It's the freedom to dream big, to innovate, and to build a better tomorrow for generations to come. The Philippines can now build a nation that thrives, not just survives, with vibrant cities and empowered communities. The dream of prosperity is within reach, and the nation stands ready to seize it together. The government, with U.S. partners, has unveiled a bold plan for this windfall. A Malampaya II sovereign wealth fund will safeguard and grow the nation's wealth for generations. Massive investments will overhaul infrastructure, railways, ports, airports, and resilient power grids. Education and healthcare will be transformed, new hospitals, upgraded schools, and free college at state universities. The focus is on building a skilled, healthy population ready for the future. Renewable energy will be prioritized, ensuring sustainability beyond fossil fuels. Special economic zones and direct support for small businesses will spread prosperity nationwide. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to build a more equitable, modern Philippines. The vision is clear, lasting growth shared by all. The nation is poised for renewal. Not everyone is celebrating. In Beijing, the news triggered alarm. The discovery sits in contested waters, intensifying the South China Sea dispute. China sees the U.S.-Philippine partnership as a direct challenge to its ambitions. The alliance with the U.S. is now a security shield, backed by the Mutual Defense Treaty. American presence deters aggression, ensuring safe extraction of resources. Chinese rhetoric and gray zone tactics are escalating, but the Philippines stands firm. Diplomacy, backed by strength, is essential to avoid conflict. The West Philippine Sea is now a global flashpoint. The Philippines, once a regional underdog, holds a resource that could shift the balance of power. The world is watching as the nation defends its rights and future. Great wealth brings great risk. The resource curse looms. Corruption, inequality, and environmental disaster are real dangers. Transparency and accountability must be non-negotiable. Every peso tracked, every contract scrutinized. Independent oversight, a free press, and vigilant citizens are vital. Environmental standards must be world-class to protect marine life and livelihoods. The government must manage expectations. Change will take time. Honest communication is key to maintaining trust and unity. This is not a lottery win, but the start of decades of nation building. Success depends on wise governance and public vigilance. The challenge is as great as the opportunity. September 18, 2025, Philippines stands at a crossroads. This discovery is a gift and a test. Squander it, or build a golden future. The choice is collective. Unity, transparency, and vision are essential. Every Filipino must become a guardian of this national treasure. The spirit of bayanihan, communal unity, must guide the way. There will be pressures, risks, and temptations, but the reward is a nation free from poverty and empowered by its own resources. The chance to build world-class schools, hospitals, and infrastructure is real. This is more than oil and gas. It's about the Filipino spirit. The nation's true wealth lies within its people. The future is waiting to be built, together.